Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. It's your host, Emily. Today, I wanted to talk about balance. I was journaling at a cafe earlier and I just had so many thoughts about this word because I feel like that's what we're here to cultivate. And I think once you understand what balance is, you'll see, number one, why things might not be working for you. And number two, why not all advice is good for you. Not to say that advice is wrong. It's just not good for you and what you need. So, I don't know if you've ever heard yin and yang. If I were to summarize these concepts as simply as possible, yin is more of a receiving energy. It's more about just enjoying the present moment. You don't have any place to go, place to be. You're just here in this moment and you're feeling everything that's inside of you. It's all about the five senses, you know? What can you see? What can you touch and feel? What can you even taste and smell? And the more that you cultivate this yin energy in your life, the more that you can develop a sense of satisfaction, like regardless of what you have accomplished, where you are in life, no matter what the circumstance is, you'll have this sense of safety in this moment. So that's like the yin, you know? You're accepting yourself, you're forgiving yourself, you're cultivating a sense of kindness for others. I think this is like all yin energy. And then we have the yang. The yang energy is more like a go-getter energy. It has a goal. It's very consistent. It's very structured. It's very organized. Very powerful. If yin is like just being here and enjoying this moment, yang is more like future-oriented energy in a sense. It's more about getting somewhere and accomplishing something. These two energies, it's not about which energy is better than the other. We all need both energies to survive and thrive. Like everything on this planet thrives off of this balance of yin and yang. I think recognizing which one you naturally embody is very important because then you understand what you have to learn in this lifetime. So for me, I've always been a yin oriented being. It's so easy for me to feel happiness in the moment. It's so easy for me to accept my emotions and be vulnerable with others. Very creative, very flowy. I hated discipline. People who were very like ambitious scared me. I'm a lot more different now because I recognize that I have a lot of yin energy, but I haven't developed this yang energy. I had a time in my life where I spent time with my yin energy. That was the energy that I was first acquainted with. And although like I'm naturally more like yin energy oriented, I think I still had like lessons to learn. Still about accepting myself, forgiving myself, allowing myself to feel my emotions, developing a sense of like safety inside of my body so that I'm not like afraid of being myself in this world. Those are things that I spent like the first 25 years of my life really exploring. And it was easy for me to do so because I don't know, it just felt very natural to me to explore these ideas. But at a certain point, I realized like I needed to learn how to embody this yang energy because if I didn't, I felt like I would be stuck in this one place, which is like fine. It's not a problem, but for me, I feel like the more that I became clear about what I wanted to create in my life, I realized that if I didn't embody more yang energy, I would never get there. I wouldn't have enough energy. I wouldn't have enough willpower. I would be stuck in kind of a bit of an anxious energy where it's like the idea of like too much freedom can be a bad thing because there's nothing to contain that freedom. Or for example, like I loved being creative, but because there was no structure, it felt very messy and chaotic, and I didn't like feeling that way. I wanted to feel like there was something holding my creativity that helped me put all my emotions and ideas into an actual like project so that I can share it with the world. So that's when I was like, okay, I have to work on my yang energy. So I feel like now, because I've worked on it and I've been, to be honest, like avoiding advice that like would have made me stay in my yin energy too much. For example, like the self-love movement, the self-care movement. I needed that. I really needed that like 10 years ago, but now I don't because I learned those lessons, and the more I listen to them, like the more I would feel like kind of imbalanced, and I needed a little kick in the butt, you know? I needed like someone to teach me structure, someone to teach me how to organize things, how to organize my mind, how to be more like, I don't know, I think I just wanted to cultivate this ambitious side of mine. But now because I had this yin energy, it wouldn't become extreme. And when yang energy becomes extreme, which like a lot of times in this society, it's easy for it to become extreme, we end up getting burnt out. We end up getting anxiety, depression. We get illnesses. Our body is aching in pain. And these are all signs that like there's an imbalance in your energy. So because I developed this safety in my body, like I developed my intuition, I could hear the voice of my body, so whenever it's tired I can rest. I wasn't like, oh, I have to do it every day. Like I could, relax and take my time and still be consistent. And it's this balance of being able to enjoy the process, to respect your feelings, and, develop a sense of like community with other people, like being vulnerable with others. And then this like yang energy of, okay, I know what I want in my life. I'm taking steps to get there. I'm cultivating a sense of strength and power so that I can be myself in this world without allowing other people to have power over me. It's this balance here that is going to just create so much amazing change in your life. Even in my own life, I feel like the more I develop this yang side, after like really developing my yin side, I'm doing stuff that 5, 6 years ago, like I would have never imagined that I would do. I thought like, oh, those types of like things are not for me. That's how I was thinking. Like even this YouTube thing, I was like, no, there's no way I can do that. That's not my thing. Like but here I am, and it doesn't feel hard anymore. I feel more secure in myself, you know? And I'm still working on it. This yang energy, it's like still very hard for me. So I'm taking baby steps. Which brings me to like what I said about not all advice is good for you. Knowing where you are in this balance journey, what I like to think of is like, where am I right now? On a scale of like 1 to 100, where is my yin energy and where is my yang? So I would say right now, on a daily basis, I'm probably like 60% yin and then 40% yang. For me, that's okay. I'm not gonna force myself to like develop my yang energy to the point where it's too much. Like, I'm not ready for that. And honestly, like, I respect the fact that I'm always gonna feel more comfortable over here in the yin. So, like, 60/40 is pretty good for me. So, let's say that listening to me talk, you're kind of like, okay, I'm like 90-10, or maybe the other way around, 10-90. Then kind of think about how you can start incorporating the other energy in a way that feels good to you. Like, we don't want to overdo it because then it's going to mess everything up. You're still going to be scared of the other energy, right? So you're just going to avoid it. We don't want that. We want to introduce that energy little by little. So, okay, let's say you're 90 yin, 10 yang. Then you're going to like find people who maybe incorporate yang, but in a way that doesn't overwhelm you. I wanted to start a business, but that's very yang oriented activity. But I tried to find people who incorporated their yin energy into their business. So it didn't feel like go, 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 and like discipline, discipline, and no sleep, like grind, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, I avoided those people. Not that they're bad. It's just that it felt too much for my body. So, like, find the people that resonate with where you are in your journey. If you're like 90 yang, 10 yin, then start embodying maybe a little bit of like the self-love, self-care, feeling your emotions, how to be intimate with yourself. We want to like get from this goal-oriented mind into, okay, what makes me happy? What do I enjoy? How can I help myself relax more? That's the sort of content we're going to start finding. You don't have to go, again, I'm going to say it so many times, you don't have to go extreme. Like, if resting gives you anxiety, just do one little thing. Start super small and see how it helps you. Because in the end, the reason why we want to do this is because it truly helps us create a life that we love, a life that we're just so excited to live, where we're confident in who we are. We love ourselves. We accept ourselves no matter what, no matter where we are in our journey. We're enjoying the process. Like, even without the results, we're enjoying the process, but we're not abandoning the results. The results are also important. We're taking steps in the direction that we want to go in. And ultimately, that is what's going to create, again, the life that you love. Kind of a long talk today. Obviously, you can tell I'm very passionate about this topic. I could go on forever, but I'm going to stop here. I hope that this episode inspired you to find more balance in your life today. Okay, guys, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.